The Prince of the Howling Forest. They left him alone on a miserable isle that was dark as the grave and bitter as bile, where one end to the other seemed scarcely a mile, with the name of the Howling Forest, where the wind never stopped and the wolves never ceased, so a lifetime could pass with no second of peace, and a soul be worn down till a man was a beast and ran naked and mute in the forest, where the seagulls that mocked him with freedom and flight seemed to screech of the cliffs to his left and his right, and the eyes of the wolves as they watched him at night were like stars in the glowering forest. They left him alone on a miserable isle. Not a one had his strength, not a one had his guile. If the sea feared his arm or regarded his wiles, he would not have stayed long in the forest. But the cliffs would not die, nor the ocean be slain, so he stared at the sea, and he roared out his pain, and then he slept on the rocks with a blanket of rain, and his dreams took him out of the forest. And then the sun, red and bloody, cloud hidden no more, hung huge in the sky like a festering sore, as with fire and steel, bringing vengeance and war, he returned as a king from the forest. Every infant he flayed, every ancient he broke, and he honored no kindred, acknowledged no folk. When they begged him for mercy, he laughed and he spoke, and his voice was as cold as the forest. When you run out of tears, and your heart turns to stone, and the fangs of the wind bite your body and bone, and you squat in the darkness, afraid and alone, I will still have borne worse in the forest. On a miserable island they left him alone, though he carried no crown, though he sat on no throne. Death has crowned him at last, for in death he is known as the Prince of the Howling Forest.